Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition of Note to Self. And in this series, I basically make mental notes myself for future study. And so I might not be entirely accurate in everything that I say, because these are all normally new concepts or things that I'm just thinking over. Today, though, I ran across an interesting passage in Exodus 19. And in Exodus 19, verse 13, it's talking about putting someone to death by stoning. And it says, "No hand shall touch him, but he shall be stoned or shot." And this is talking about the congregation of Israel at the foot of Mount Sinai and how they're not supposed to go up the mountain because God is up there. And, only Moses and the elders and Aaron and only they went up there, but the congregation of Israel was not allowed to go up there. And so I've always thought stoning was a weird way to put someone to death. But I think this might give us some insight as to why God chose that as the standard death penalty for his people. And part of it might be that he didn't want the people to lay hands on the person they're going to execute, at least while they're executing him. That's a little different. For example, in Leviticus 24, there's, 24 verse 14, the Lord says to Moses, saying, "Bring out of the camp the one who cursed, and let all who heard him lay their hands on his head, and let all the congregation stone him." So in this case of blasphemy, they're going to stone a guy. And God says, before you stone him, have the witnesses, the people who heard him curse, put their hands on his head, basically saying, "I testify that I heard this, he deserves to die." And then the entire congregation of Israel, or let all the congregation, stone him. So stoning is not only a public form of execution, it's also a corporate form of execution because everyone's doing it. It's not like there's an executioner, one person performing the execution. The whole congregation is doing it. And I think it's interesting too that they're not using, melee weapons. They're not touching him with their own hands, but they're throwing things at the person. And this wasn't mob rule or anything, because there were witnesses, and the witnesses would say, I saw this. But I just, I haven't heard of many civilizations using stoning. Perhaps there are, I don't know, civilizations using stoning as a form of execution, but God chose that for his people, and I think that maybe some of these reasons give us insights as to why. Again, this is in the Note to Self series, so if you have any additional information, I would be more than happy to hear. And keep in mind, I could very well be wrong about some of the things I've said, so if you think I am, let me know. Thank you very much, guys. You have a good one.